which provisionally puts them level, would you believe, on 136 championship points with Rafa. 3, 2, 1, and final one begins. Once again, Drogba making a very good getaway, and so are Brady on the inside line, not far off, touching there, and Brady, the left foil, digging into the water for Emma Kymäläinen, just about getting away with it. Or did I speak too soon? It's Blue Rising in second place. Brazil are trying to shoot up the inside line. The yellow and green race bird Drogba are on the outside. We're on board now with Rafa, with Tom Schaap. He's giving everybody plenty of space. He does not want to get involved in an incident as he did with Brazil back in Monaco. Side by side at the front, Brady closest to us. Blue Rising, shooting up in the background there is Oban Duncan, the Scottish teenager for Drogba, and I'm sure Didier, who's watching on, will be loving this.
This is great. That was a great start by Emma Kymäläinen there, and for Team Brady, she just glided that right through, but Team Blue, yes, she's pulling away now. Team Blue Rising and Drogba are neck and neck going into this. Let's see how this strategy is going to play out when they can start taking their long lap and short laps.
Which they will be able to do from lap 2 onwards. This is the start lap, which is why they're taking a longer route there up at the top of the course. And now the 617-metre drag right down from the last smart mark there, the green smart mark on turn 2, down towards turn 1, which is another left-hander. There's Tom Schaap at the back of the field at the moment, gets the boost on. We've seen this strategy evolving. It's something that was picked up very quickly by Brazil earlier on in the weekend, and everybody else now following suit, not using too much boost at the top of the course to save it for the longer run down into this first corner. Into the left-hander then, Brady have the advantage, and don't forget, whoever wins this race puts themselves in effectively pole position on the inside lane for the big final when the points are available later on this afternoon.
This is actually a really difficult course, Greg, because they're trying to use the boost in the long straights when they want to overtake somebody, but they have to save some for the corners, because as we've learned, you have to boost round the corner, lift the race bird up onto the foils and trim in. No, trim out, which is completely the opposite to any powerboating strategy normally. So very confusing for these guys, especially the ones who are previous races.
And it really is becoming fashionable now, isn't it, Shelley? If you are the leader, to take the short lap at the earliest possible point. That's exactly what Brady have just done. And look, an entirely different strategy for Team Blue Rising. They're doing the long lap. Drogba are following suit. You can see on the graphics at the top of the screen where we are in terms of short and long laps. It is approximately a 10-second gain for doing the short lap and a 12-second loss for doing the long lap. So now, this is the point in the proceedings where things all get a little bit mixed up. It's a little bit like the pit stop phase in a Formula 1 car race, and then at the end you need to see where everybody is going to emerge.
But I love the fact that Team Blue Rising have done exactly the same strategy as they did in the previous race, which made them win. So maybe they've cottoned on to something here.
They'll certainly be hoping for it, won't they? Here's the results predictor, but there is a long way still to go. There are still mistakes to be made. There are still sensational overtakes, no doubt, ahead of us. Good lead then for Brady, but they have already, of course, done the short lap, and it's over half a minute at the moment for Emma Kymäläinen. She's down towards the start-finish area now, so she's going for as long as she can. I suspect she'll do the long lap on the penultimate tour, or maybe even the last tour. But what a great debut, you have to say this is for Ieva Milere-Harjin from Latvia, the 38-year-old. She's absolutely flying. She's got a lot of powerboat experience all the way back to 2014. She's won the Latvian, the Baltic and the German championships, third in the Endurance World Championship, twice a winner of the European Championship, Shelley. So she certainly knows what she's doing, flying the flag for Brazil here at the moment in second place.
But here comes Team Blue Rising up behind Brazil, and I actually think that Sarah Mazin might take that and take Brazil, because she is a very confident and strong racer.
Yes, and not only that, she still has one more short lap to her advantage, and Brazil still need to do another long lap, so I'm sure you're absolutely right. Team Blue Rising will be at least second, as Brady in the background there with the Finnish partner who we're now on board with. It is Emma Kymäläinen. She's coming through to do the long lap. So let's see what this does for the 36-year-old from Finland.
Well, with a 41-second lead, that was the perfect time to take that. She had a massive lead, get it out the way, get it done. So her team have called that absolutely spot on. Well done, Mission Control for Team Brady.
The home favourites as the crowd watches on here in Lagos, and what action they are enjoying, whichever side of the lagoon they're watching from, whether it's on the Victoria Island side at the bottom of your screen or the Lagos Island side at the top of your screen. They're loving this. Brazil still in second place and now coming around the long lap. Blue Rising, as we know, have already done theirs. So this is the moment in which Blue Rising moves up into second place. The leader with a clear advantage still, as you've already said. Blue Rising still have one more short lap, but look at the gap for Brady. That's one of the largest gaps I think I've ever seen in nearly 2 full seasons of V1 so far.
Yeah, I can't see Team Blue Rising catching Brady.
Yeah, they're on the other side of the track, as you can see at the moment. Blue Rising are going down towards turn 1 as we now get into the penultimate lap, and this is Drogba side by side with Rafa. Rafa at the bottom of your screen. Looking across from Drogba now to Rafa, who is going to get the verdict on the run down towards turn 1 on this 5th lap. We look across again from the right foil of Drogba. Oban Duncan here at the helm. There's Rafa with Tom Schaap. They're going to get close to contact now as they come down into the left-hander of turn 1. We can tell you that on the timing screen at the moment, it is showing Team Blue Rising as the leaders. There's clearly been some confusion again on the timing screen. It's sorting itself out.
Yeah, I think it's sorting itself out because I think Team Brady is most definitely in the lead here. Team Brady had a 45-second lead and they are still in the lead, so don't panic at home. Team Brady is still in the lead, and we're going to get our graphics sorted out and back on the screen as soon as we can.
That will put Brady, of course, into the best possible lane position for when we get through to final 2 here in Nigeria. There they are, just putting a lap actually now on Drogba, who seems to be slowing with some sort of issue. Drogba, as Saunders revealed in our show on Saturday on YouTube, actually had a problem with the trim, so let's hope for Drogba's team that hasn't come back to affect them once again. But we are now onto the final lap and we're looking for Brady. Here we are. Tom Brady will be overjoyed as they come through to win final 1. Emma Kimalainen, what an amazingly dominant performance that was. The checkered flag is out. Very good job indeed.
Yeah, she looked pleased. She looked absolutely chuffed with that, and the rest of the team all congratulating there in Mission Control. Well done, guys. Excellent job.
Everybody coming through to take the checkered flag. Here are Blue Rising. Remember, all of these teams are in the final later on this afternoon, and Drogba really are struggling, aren't they, with some sort of problem there, Shelley, in the closing stages of this first final. They're almost coasting to a standstill. But for Brady, well, what a recovery it's been after the gearbox problem. It was more than that, actually. It was the whole of the midsection. A key component of the drivetrain failed here yesterday. They've got that sorted out. So as a team, they have done an absolutely superb job so far. Let's jump on board with Emma. I'm sure she'll be delighted. Emma, after the struggles of yesterday, it's all looking very good, isn't it, so far for Team Brady?
Sorry, I'm parking the vehicle at the moment, and then yeah, the radio button is a bit lost. Yeah, yeah, looking good so far, but yeah, still one to go. This means only a pole position for Sam, but yeah, definitely felt good in the boat, and yeah, I have 100% trust in Sam and the team also in the final 2.
Thank you very much, Emma. That was beautifully docked as well. I know it's been very difficult for the pilots with all the movement here on the water. Look, the team trying to get that race bird into a secure position. Well, there you are. That sets things up very nicely for Brady, doesn't it, to come out of here as the championship leaders at the end of the weekend here at E1 Lagos GP. Wow, the timing screen has reset itself, which I must say I'm absolutely delighted to say, Shelley Jury-Lee. So we now can confirm we're not hesitant anymore, that Brady wins, and it was an enormous gap there of 25.2 seconds ahead of Sarah Mizir. So Blue Rising was second, Brazil were third. What a great run that is for Ieva Melere Hagen in third place. Drogba are shown currently in fourth, and Schaap with Rafa down in fifth position. If there is any doubt on the timing situation, we'll let you know, but certainly we know that Brady have won. It's showing Blue Rising is second, Brazil is third, Drogba and Rafa as 4th and 5th. That does not mean anyone's missed the final or anything like that. All 5 are through to the final when the points will be available later on this afternoon. The starts are definitely pivotal though, aren't they? I know we always find ourselves saying this, but with that long drag here, as Steve Curtis now goes in to congratulate his protege, with that long drag Shelley down into turn 1 and the boost strategy, we've seen people saving boost, haven't we, on the back straight here to use it on that run to the line, because it's a much longer run to the finish line here than it is on pretty much any other course we've had so far in 2025.